All right, it's time to talk about element names and symbols, so element notation. And we have talked about a lot of this already. We're just going to get into a little bit more detail and a little bit of specifics. So here are the objectives. Pause and peruse if you wish. Every single element has a unique symbol. The symbols are found on the periodic table, and the names and symbols are found in table S. So using our reference tables. The element symbols are going to be 1 or 2 letters. Always begin with a capital letter. The second letter, if it's there, is always lowercase. So if you write HE as capital H, capital E for helium, wrong. No two elements have the same symbol. It's unique to an element. So you can tell which element is in the formula by looking at the symbol. All right, let's see if you know some common element names. Hydrogen, lithium, calcium, magnesium, oxygen, helium, and nickel. Now let's see if you know some symbols for some common elements. Ne, S, P, Cl, Zn, F, Ar. Now what about the names of these elements? So these are not as common, meaning they don't always match up right. So As is arsenic. Sb, antimony. Cu, copper. Fe, iron. Hg, mercury. Au, I always remember this, Au, drop my necklace, gold. And Ag, silver. So again, those don't really match up all the time. What are the symbols for these elements? Lead, Pb, potassium, K, sodium, Na, tungsten, W, manganese, Mn, remember magnesium was Mg, radon, Rn, and radium, Ra. Now, you don't have to memorize these because you get a reference table. You get to use a reference table on every quiz, every test, including the exam at the end of the year. So you don't have to memorize them. It just benefits you to become more familiar with a lot of them, less looking up. So remember, atomic number, mass number, both whole numbers. The atomic number is the number of protons. The mass number is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. The atomic number identifies an element. It's identical for all atoms of an element. And the mass number can vary among atoms of an element. So we can use symbols. Remember we talked about this? The mass number is written at the left on the top. The atomic number is written at the left on the bottom. And they're represented with the symbol. So the symbol, mass number top left, atomic number bottom left. So to find neutrons, you just do that subtraction that set up mass number minus atomic number. The atomic number always appears on the lower left, so you can see those examples, and the mass numbers are written on the upper left, okay? And most of the time they're both written, but they don't have to be. Oh, well, unless that's what the directions say. We can use the name of the atom, so He with a 4 on the top and a 2 on the bottom. We call that helium-4. Why don't we call it helium-2? Because I don't have to tell you the 2. The 2 came from the periodic table. You just look that up. The 4, I can't. So we use the name of the element with the mass number. So carbon-12 means the mass number is 12. I don't have to tell you the atomic number because I literally told you it's carbon. So you just look it up. Carbon's atomic number is 6. So let's go through some examples. How many neutrons are in this atom of copper? So I see a mass number on the top, an atomic number on the bottom. I do 63 minus 29. I do the subtraction that's set up. It's 34. How many neutrons in an atom of bromine 81? Well, this time I didn't get a picture drawn for me, so I look up bromine on the periodic table. I see its atomic number is 35. Bromine 81 means 81 is the mass number. It doesn't say bromine 35 because I don't have to tell you that. It came from the periodic table. So I do 81, the mass number, minus 35, the atomic number, and I get 46. How many neutrons in this atom of sodium? So this time I have the symbols. I have the mass number, 23, atomic number, 11. Look it up if you want to check. But it's 12. You do 23 minus 11. How many neutrons in this atom of chlorine? So again, I have the mass number, 35, atomic number, 17. How do I find neutrons? I subtract. It should be 18. 35 minus 17. How many neutrons in an atom of zinc 67? This time I wasn't given any notation, so I'm going to have to go to my periodic table and find zinc. Zn. Now I know its atomic number, 30. That 67 was the mass number, so to find neutrons, I'm going to subtract and get 37. 67 minus 30. How many neutrons in this atom of boron? So I have the notation, so I just have to do the subtraction. It's 6. I do 11 mass number minus 5 atomic number. And that's it. That's element names and symbols, the element notation. So hopefully you guessed it. I hope you learned something new today.